Hello again, everybody. Harry Carey from Wrigley Field on a beautiful day for baseball.
All right, welcome to the baseball show. Today is what is it today? Yeah, it's Thursday. Thursday, not Wednesday. Yesterday was Wacky Wednesday. Today is Thursday. Thursday, May 23rd. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your Thirsty Thursday. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you're using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by the Raymond Report. Come and check out the free Raymond Report each and every day right here at atsstats.com, where each and every day we talk about value, percentage play, performance cycles, player availability, and we use a strict money management system. Come and learn more about the Raymond Report today at atsstats.com. All right, good morning, good afternoon, and good night, and wherever you're located on the World Wide Web. My name is Ron Raymond, a five-time sports handicapping champion based out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, the founder of the Raymond Report and atsstats.com. Been in the business since 1996, and one of the original, I guess you could say the OGs who started these websites back in the day. I remember going back in the day, the first website. Remember Brian Georgia, Bettor's World, the Shrink at the Prescription, Vegas Insider was there. Man, it was just, it was fun times back then, and a little different today. But that's where I started out in 1996. My first ever website was remember those like GeoCity sites? Yeah, but mine was something like that, but it was up here in Canada. They called it iStar. Hey, back in Google iStar back in the day, where that was our service provider. But that's where I started off, and that's where I'm at right now. Was it 27, 28 years later, and still having a blast. So hope you guys enjoyed the show yesterday. It was a kind of a long show yesterday. When I go and look back at it, it's like, holy crap, Ron. Hey, who's watching a 2-hour show? Retired people or people on days off, maybe, or people bored at work. But I got a different strategy today, and I'm thinking you guys are going to like this, and we're going to take a different approach to sports handicapping. Remember I said last week, when you're a handicapper or you're a player, you got two options. You can be on offense or defense, right? And when you're handicapping the game, you're looking for the pick. And I said to you guys last week, let the picks come to you. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that today. We're going to take a little bit of a different approach in our handicapping. We're still going to do all the games, but I'm going to show you a way you can handicap, and the numbers will pop up right at you. And this way, because when you're looking for numbers, you're looking at the tip sheets, it's like paralysis by analysis, right? You're just looking at all the numbers and you're going, okay, I can't find a needle in the haystack here. But I'm going to show you guys something different today that I think you're going to like this. Hey, as Gary Bettman said, there was a long time ago about the every time you get on the ice, you get booed. And then Gary would go, I think you're going to like this. But yeah, we got a good show lined up for you guys today.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we're going to have, I guarantee you two things. One,
can we have fun?
And two,
I want winners.
And we'll do our best job to make sure to find the right combination of finding you some fun with winners. And hopefully you guys will tune in today. And the bullpen's a little light right now. What's going on with my bullpen? Hey, where's my bullpen? It looks like all the closers went to sleep. Hey, were you guys up till midnight last night watching that Colorado-Oakland game? The only reason I stayed up to watch it because I had Colorado. And I got back home from practice and I was still going through our blitz pickup. As you guys know, I coach football, and we had a practice last night, and when I got home, I reviewed the practice film. Any coach who's out there knows, right? The blitz pickup, like, yeah. First thing the offensive lineman coach will say is like, okay, where did he come from? Hey, which gap did he came from? So that's what we do. We came in last night, looked at some of the film, then watched that Colorado game. So yesterday, my selections were the Yankees. That was my 5-star best bet. I won with that. Lost with the White Sox, and I won with Colorado. Took the Geico Insurance, and we did that. And we also pushed with the Guardians under. Man, That ninth run, it was so unnecessary from Cleveland. Hey, you're up 5-3. Why do you need to go up 6-3? That's so unnecessary. But hey, you do what you do. All right. So again, good show lined up for you guys today. Got some numbers. We're gonna go inside the numbers the month of May to see which team is hot and which team is not. And yeah, so if you guys got any questions or if you have anything you want to add to the show, man, we gotta wake up our bullpen. Our bullpen's a little sick, so a little roll call right now. Hey, maybe I need to get you guys a little good morning Vietnam here. Where's my good morning? I know it's here. So I know I got it here somewhere. Hey, come on, where is it? There it is.
Good morning, Vietnam.
There you go. That'll wake up the bullpen. And just all you got to do is just chime in, say good morning, Ron. How you doing? Listening to you live from Ottawa, from Winnipeg, from Arizona, from Portugal. Hey, we got some guys from Portugal listening, so let us know. Hey, let them know you're there. Hey, good little slap shot analogy. Let them know you're there. All right, let's get to the opening bell, and let's see what happened last night in Major League Baseball. Let's see who had the best night, the favorites, the underdogs, the over, the unders, and let's see what the SBI is going to tell us this morning. And let's go to Major League Baseball because it is the baseball show. For Thursday, not Wednesday, not that fake Wednesday, eh? That fake Wednesday. 7-8 for the underdogs. Look at the dogs, eh? Mr. Peterson, where are you? Where's Mr. Norm Peterson?
It's a dog-eat-dog world, Sammy, and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear.
Yeah, 7-8 for the dogs yesterday. 8-5 to the over. 8-5-2 to be precise. And 8-7 for the favorites on the run line. Wow. All right. So, you know what? Let's take a look at the 3 and 7 day average. The 3 day average, 48% of the favorites. So if you're betting the dogs the last 3 days, you're smiling like a butcher's dog because you're probably making a little bit of money. 58.7 on the run line. 57.7 on the 7 day average. On the 7 day average, the over is cashed in 62.7%. And on the 7 day average for favorites, 54%. We're not getting that 60% mark. What did I say? By July 1st? Come on, favorites. Step up your game. Eh? Step your game up. All right. Let me see here. Let's now what. I want to show you guys the hottest team since May 1st. And no surprise, there's the New York Yankees at 15-5. See, I'll do this. I thought I'd start this off just until the bullpen starts to wake up, right? Where's Regidon? Regidon codes. Normally Reggie's first one in. Hey, first one into the bullpen. All right, let me see here. 15-5. Let's go Boston. Look at the unders in the last 20 games for the Red Sox. 6-14. Pitching. Hey, pitching. If Miami had pitching, they'd be something like Boston right now. Toronto, 7-10, 8-8-1. Baltimore, 10-8. They've cooled down just a little bit, 7-9-2. In fact, let me look up here. The hottest teams in the by division. You can see the American League East in the month of May have won 54% of their games. 53 for the American League Central. American League West,
Struggling.
Yeah, 44.5% of they've won their games. 50% for National League East, so coin flip. National League Central,
struggling.
42.2%, and the best teams in baseball right now are in the National League West. So if you're that type of handicapper and you're a division capper, you say, you know what, division makes other teams great in that division. Well, National League West having a pretty good run right now at 55.6%. All right, back to the average on the month. Tampa Bay 11-9, 8-12 to the under. The Twinkies 10-10, 9-10-1. You can see the White Sox, they are 9-11, 7-11-2. The Kansas City Royals, the gift that just keeps on giving, man. But you know what? I think their strength of schedule. Let me go check their strength of schedule. I think the Royals, I think they've had a cupcake schedule in the last month or so. Let me see, the last 14 games, anyways. And let me see what the strength of schedule is for the Kansas City Royals. Did I say Chiefs earlier? I meant the Royals. All right, the strength of schedule. What's column is that? It's the last column. Yeah, look at that. 26.5 and 40.2. So the last 7 games, the Royals are 6-1, but their strength of schedule is 26%, meaning the teams they face have a combined record of 26%. So that's why, you know what? Hey, Kansas City, you got to give them credit. They're beating the beatables, right? They're beating the teams they should beat, and that's why they're having a good run. Right, 14-7 for the Guardians. You know, Guardians are Guardians been a really good team the last 10 years, 5-10 years. They've been consistent. You can see Detroit 6-13, 13-6 to the over. So maybe that Toronto-Detroit game might go over today. Oakland 6-14, 11-8-1. Oakland's like Washington, right? You got to bet them in clumps. Seattle 10-10, 13-6-1 to the over though. A lot of overs for the Mariners the month of May. The Halos 9-11, 8-11-9-0 to the over. Texas Rangers 8-12, man, defending World Series champion. They're
struggling.
Yeah, and we're making no money with the Rangers this year. Hey, Texas Rangers.
Show me the money!
All right, Houston 12-9, and you see the Astros 11-9-1. And who's the best team in Texas right now, Houston or the Texas Rangers? Atlanta 9-9, 4-14 to the under, so still having that little bit of an under streak going. 10-10 for Miami, 13-7 to the over/under. Philadelphia 16-3. Wow, pretty good. What's their strength of schedule though? Are they like Kansas City, just playing the beatables? Yeah, 22.4 and 35.2. Okay, we'll see when the Phillies face real opponents here. Who are they playing today? Philadelphia? Yeah, I think it's the last game against the Texas Rangers. So, yeah, they need to be challenged right now. Philadelphia's not being challenged. 7-12 for Washington, 7-11-1. New York Mets, 6-14, 12-7-1 to the over. Chicago Cubs, 9-11, 9-11 to the under. St. Louis, 9-10, 12-5-2 to the over/under. So a lot of overs for the Cardinals. Pittsburgh Pirates, 9-10, 12-7. You can see Cincinnati, 4-15. Woo.
Struggling.
Yeah, you get a double struggling. You get a double cup of Joe in the morning for the Reds. Hey, Red fans, they don't want to hear that. They're like, when's the Bengals starting? Milwaukee 10-10, Brew Crew 11-9 to the over, and San Francisco 10-10, 12-8. LA Dodgers 14-6, 9-11. What's the Brew Crew strength of schedule? And let me see. The Dodgers strength of schedule is 40-48. It's still a bit low. Maybe that's why they're winning so many games. They've got to start playing some real teams. Arizona 10-9, 10-9 to the over/under. Colorado 9-10. They went on that streak, so that helps their average right here. 11-8. San Diego 11-8, and those are your report for the last month of May. So last 22 days in Major League Baseball. And did we see anything really surprising right there? Maybe a couple of the over-unders and the teams beating the beatables. All right, so here's what we're going to do today. And this is one of the exercises I do when I start handicapping is I take out my matchup sheet. And speaking of the matchup sheet, last night, just a real recap. In fact, before we get to the matchups, let's go see how the computer picks did yesterday while the bullpen tries to wake up here. Come on, bullpen, wake up. We need some action in the bullpen here. The bullpen is our chat box. So if you're wondering, or if you're listening to the show the first time, and normally we get the bullpen that come in and say, good morning, crew. And let me see where the bullpen's at. Hey, the bullpen's been pretty quiet this morning. They didn't get their cup of joe yet. The Keurig broken there, Scott, or what? Okay, what was I doing again? Last 100 picks. Hey, shiny thing in the corner threw Ron off. Here we go. Last 100 games. And then we're going to go to Major League Baseball. So let's go to MLB. And let's see how the computer picks have done in the last 100 releases. And 57%. Not too bad. So yesterday it was a 3-2 win for Minnesota, 6-3 for the Guardians, 5-4 for the St. Louis Cardinals. Come on, Cardinals, you know I'm cheering for you. 2-1 for the Halos over the Astros, 8-3 for Kansas City against Detroit. 1-0. A 1-0 game. That was like a hockey game there in Miami yesterday. 7-3 for the Padres over the Cincinnati Reds. After a 2-0 game, the game goes over the total yesterday. What was the total in that game? Oh, no, it pushed, so it was at 10. And then you got San Fran 9-5 against the Pirates. The Pirates going to be a good. They got Skeens going today, so that's going to be fun to watch. Texas against Philadelphia. The Phillies, what a hitting machine. 11-4 against the Rangers, and then Boston 8-5. Man, they're winning that series. What, 3 straight now against the Rays? And then Seattle and the Yankees 7-2 for the Bronx Bomber. That was my 5-star best bet yesterday with the stash Nestor Cortez Jr. And let me see, Toronto 9-2. I didn't see what happened in that game. I thought it must have been one inning or the Jays went nuts. And then you got Atlanta, Chicago Cubs 9-2, finally win at Wrigley. And then you got Colorado, that night game yesterday, 4-3 was the final there. And Arizona, man, look at that. Hey, 6-0 now against the Dodgers. That's 2 wins in a row for the Arizona Diamondbacks. I don't know if that series is over. If so, they won the series, right? Okay, so yesterday the system play was on the under the Mets Guardians. We pushed that, and the other system play we had was Boston. I think it was Boston straight up or the under. Boston under. And that game finished over? I think. What did I say? Yeah, I think that went over the total. So system plays went 1-1 yesterday. And I know the audience yesterday had Baltimore, Detroit, Milwaukee, Cincinnati, and let me see, Texas, Tampa Bay. This is the audience picks yesterday. Yankees. Yeah, I agree with the Yankees on that one. And then what else did they have? The Dodgers. Yeah, so it wasn't a great day for the audience here yesterday, but that's why I watched the show, right? Pick up some good information. And speaking of information, this is what we're going to do right now. All right, so what I do is I go to the last game. So let's handicap this game. Seattle against the New York Yankees. Now, the score yesterday was 7-3. Now, I'm a big production guy, right? I feel the final score gives you an indication what a team is doing on offense and defense, and us as handicappers, we're in the same type of situation when we're handicapping games. Do you want to be on offense or do you want to be on defense, right? When you're trying to get those picks, and let the picks come to you. So let's take a look at Seattle first, and this is what I do. So I'll go any team. I'm a big system guy, so I'll go any team that's on the road. And if you look at that Seattle game yesterday, it was what, 3-7. So teams, I'll just close, bring this one over here. All right, so road teams that allowed 3 runs against in the last game. So what does that tell you? They allowed 3 runs. The bats were really cold, right? So 3 runs, and they allowed 7 against. I think I got to go a different route here. I got to do this way, yeah. All right, so 3 against, 3 runs for current season, and the team allowed 7 runs against. So when any Major League Baseball this year is coming off a 7-3 loss on the road, and this again, like, it's not perfection, but it gives you an idea what every baseball team situation is following a 7-3 loss, right? And when you see a 7-3 loss, you probably see a game that went over. You see and look at all the score, what it tells you. When you look at a 7-3 score, what does it tell you? It tells you that the home team scored 7. They only let 3. They won by 4. They only allowed 3 against. They what else here did they tell you? That they're 3 against 7. The offense was doing well. The defense was okay. The total went over, right? These are things that a 7-3 score will tell you, right? So when you're looking at the results this year, it only happened 4 times, and the home team, the away team, is 3-1 in the next game. So what about when any team loses 7-3? What's the situation? 6-3. Wow. All right. So when a road team, so again, let's do an underdog roll now. We'll do an underdog roll. All right, 4-2. So you see all the numbers after a 7-3 loss. The away team does pretty well, right? So we're going to keep an eye on that. So I think the side was more attractive than the total. So you see 3-1 away teams. All right. And we'll do that 3-1. Okay. So 3-1. It's nothing really that, I need 10 occurrences. So it's not a situation where I'm going to be like, okay, I'm looking for the road team now. Let's try the Yankees. So the Yankees last game scored 7 runs. And now this team, they allowed 3 against. And let's see what the record is. 1-4, 2-3. All right. So the home team in Major League Baseball does not do well after a 7-3 win. And let me see about favorites. How about favorites coming off a 7-3 win? Favorites coming out, yeah, not too good, right? So a little edge, situational handicapping, favoring the Seattle Mariners. Now, I'll put a little check mark here on Seattle, but we'll come back to that when we do the Rain Report and we do all the games, right? All right, so let's go to the next situations. Now we're going to look at San Francisco taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates. So we're going to go the away team. Scored 9 runs last game, and they gave up 5. So let's do that. Survey says 1-0. So only 1 occurrence. There's only been 1 9-5 game this year. How about when any team, home or away, coming off a 9-5 game? You can see 3-0. So another, man, this might be a dog day. Hey, maybe another dog day.
It's a dog-eat-dog world, Sammy, and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear.
All right, let's see how teams do when they scored 5 runs, but they allowed 9 against. 9 against. And I'm going to show you something else. 9's pretty tough, right? So how about, do I got 9 or more? When a team allowed 9 or more runs against. Let's do that. Let's do when a team allowed 9 or more runs against. There we go. And let's do this. Home teams, all right, a little bit better. 3-6. So again, favoring the all right, so let's try the away team. say they scored 9 or more in their last game. If a road team scored 9 or more runs in their last game, what's their record? 9 or more. Where's 9 or more here? Okay, here it is. If a team scored 9 or more runs in their last game and they allowed 3 runs against, what's the away team's record? 5-7, 4-8. Okay, 4-8. So we do have a little bit of an under and a All right, I'll put a check mark on San Francisco. Let me see one more time. Let me do this. They scored 9 or more, 5-7, 4-8 to the under. Okay, and let me do the home team again. So it was 4-8 to the under. And then if a home team allowed 9 or more against, and they only scored 3 runs, 6 and 7. All right, so nothing really there. So the under looks like the situational play will handicap when we look at that from a system point of view, right? All right, let's go to Texas against Philadelphia. Now we'll do the home team first since they already scored 11 runs. So when a home team allowed 4, let me see here, scored 11 or more runs, so 10 or more runs last game. So if a home team scored 10 or more runs last game, 10 or more runs in the last game, and they allowed only 4 against. Let's do this. So they only allowed 4 runs against last game. The home team is 3-3, 1-3-2. Okay, not a lot of occurrences. 1-3-2. How about when any team? Good morning, Bo. There's Bo with his cup of coffee, sitting down, enjoying the show. And thank you for tuning in, Bo. We got to wake up the other bullpenners. They're all asleep. 5-8-2. Okay, 5-8-2. So there's another under. How about favorites? When favorites scored 10 or more runs last game and they allowed exactly 4 runs against, 2-7-2. So you see where I'm going with this? We're looking for pattern recognition, right? And right now, so far, on the Phillies point of view, the under is where we need to be leaning. Let's take a look at the away team that scored exactly 4 runs last game. If the road team scored exactly 4 runs, but allowed 10 or more against, not good. You never want to allow 10 or more against. Last game, survey says 4-4, 3-3-2. Yeah, pretty much a tie, right? How about underdogs? Scored 4 runs, allowed 10 or more. 3-8, 3-7-1. Okay, and it's getaway day, so not a good side pick for the road team. But look at the under, 3-7-1. So the under is something I'm going to consider in that game. So right now, what we're looking at is Seattle. They have the edges on the live dog. The under in the San Fran Pittsburgh. And again, these are just indicators, and we got to go find other indicators that's going to back up the system play, right? Again, what you're seeing right now is when any team's in a certain situation off an offense and defense of production, and we want to see what the current trend is from a system point of view. If team trends are okay, but when every other team's in this exact situation, that's telling you something, right? There's something about that system or about that trend from when every other team's in that situation. If it's just one team, you're thinking, oh, it's just maybe luck or something, or maybe it's it's a fluke. But when every other team's in that exact situation, then it's not a fluke, right? All right, so let's take a look at the next game. We did Texas, 4 runs against 10 or more. Okay, yeah. So let's do the next game. San Diego against Cincinnati. So we'll do the road team first. So let's go away team. Coming off a game where they and here's the thing, I forgot to do this for you guys. So the Seattle game, we had 4.28, 3.69 for the Yankees, 4.8 to 4.14, 8.95. Yeah, you know what? I'll come back to that. I don't want to confuse you guys. All right, so yesterday San Diego won 7-3, and let's go take a look at that situation now. So any road team that scored 7 runs last game, and they allowed 3 against, only 2-2. All right, how about this? Any team that scored 7 or more runs in their last game, and they allowed 3 against. Okay, 8 and 11, 9 and 10. Okay, how about when any other team scored 7 or more and allowed 3 or against? Yeah, nothing. Yeah, and you know what? Sometimes you're gonna get these very balanced records, right? And you just throw them out. That's all. And what about any team? Okay, away team that scored 7 runs. Scored 7 runs last game and allowed 3 or less against. How about that? Scored 3 runs or less against in their last game. 15-10. Yeah, so really nothing here on the Padres. So let's look at Cincinnati. Situational trend. Home teams coming off a game where they scored 3 runs last game but allowed 7 against. And here it is. Survey says 3-2, 3-2. All right, that's not a lot of occurrence. I like 10 occurrences, right, to make it official. Any team that scored 3, lost 7-3. 6-3. Okay, so we got a little bit of an edge here. How about teams that scored 3 or less? Good morning, Ron. Bullpen. Let's go, says Daryl Turner and his other brother, Daryl. All right, good morning, Daryl. Scored 3 runs or less last game. So let's try that. 3 runs or less in their last game. And they allowed 7 against. 27-24, 31-19, and 1 to the over. Okay, a little bit of how about let me see. Cincinnati is a favorite today. Cincinnati is the favorite. No, they're the underdog. +1. Okay, so let's do underdog. And I just saw there's good morning all. Scott Christensen in the house. Good morning, Scott. Let's enjoy your Tim Hortons 1 cream, 2 creams, 2 sugars. Was it, Scott? Eh? All right. So what did I say here? 3 underdogs who scored 3 or less runs last game but allowed 7. 15-11. You know what? The over. I'm seeing a small pattern to the over. How about a away team that scored 3 or runs and allowed 7 or more against? Let me try that. We should get a lot of hits on this one. Let me see what happens here. Yeah. You know what? 31-49, but the over. So a small, I'll put a beer and pizza icon beside the over here. All right. So over with a question mark. I know you aren't sold on Yankees to win all with Gil on the mound, but do you like Orioles and the Cubs to win today? All right. I'll let you know in just 1 minute. Duly noticed. Hey, speaking of that, we're right there. All right. Let's take a look at that game. The Cubs and the Atlanta Braves. All right, so let's do road teams first. Let's take a look at the situation going into the game. Atlanta won last night 9-2, and today they're a 115 favorite. Total is what? A 9 at Wrigley. What's the wind doing today at Wrigley? The wind is right to left, 9 miles an hour, 64 degrees today at Wrigley. All right, let's do this. Away teams that scored exactly 9 runs in their last game and gave up 2. That's a weird score, eh? 9-2. And they allowed 2 runs against. Where's the 2 runs against? There it is. Survey says 0-3. Wow. Okay. So what about if a team scored 9 or more runs last game? If a team scored 9 or more runs last game, if a team scored 9 or more runs last game and allowed 2 against, 4-6, 5-5. Okay, a little different. And what if they allowed 2 runs or less against? If they allowed 2 runs or less against, and they scored 9 or more, 14, yeah, even. So we don't have anything to work off there. How about underdogs? No, favorites, sorry. Let's do favorites. See if sometimes the favorite angle changes the numbers. Nope, not in this case. All right, let's try the underdog. Let's go to the home team. Chicago Cubs only scored 2 runs yesterday. So let's try this. Scored 2 runs, and they allowed 9 against. Let me see. You probably get low numbers. You don't see too many 9-run games in baseball. Sorry. Let's do this. Survey says 2-2, 1-3. All right. How about if they scored 2 or less runs last game? If a team scored 2 or less runs in their last game, where is it? Here it is. 2 or less runs in their last game, and they allowed 9 against. 5-6, 4-7. And what if they allowed 2 but they allowed 9 or more against? What's the 9 or more against in their last game. The home team is 11-15, 11. Yeah, nothing. You know what? Nothing pointing out here in the systems off the offense and defensive production for this game. How about, wait a minute, try this. Let me do underdogs. How about underdogs? 12-7. Nah, you know what? The numbers are pretty balanced. They're pretty balanced. So I'm not. Yeah, we got nothing. Hey, sometimes there's nothing. There's nothing. Hey, when in doubt, get out. Don't force a pick. So, hey, we tried, but the numbers told us to move along. Speaking of moving along, hey, move on. Remember, move on. Colorado, Oakland. Now the score 4-3. What a crazy game that was last night. And let's do that. 4-3. Today the computer pick has the favorite winning. Oakland is the favorite, and minus 118. And you got Joey Estes against Ryan Feltner today. All right, let's do this. Let's do home team. We'll do the home team first. See if it brings any luck. Home teams that lost 4-3. Let's see if scored 3 runs last game, gave up 4. So basically, home teams that lost 4-3 in their last game. Survey says 8-6, 9-5. So we got a little indication to the over. How about if they are a home favorite? We'll just do favorite, because if we don't have many hits on a home team, we won't get a lot on a home favorite. 10-8, 10-8. Okay. How about if they if they scored 3 or runs or less last game, but they were out 4 runs? So basically a low score, an under game, right? What's the survey says? 27, 18, 29. Okay, so a little bit to the under. Not a big margin there, but interesting. Okay, how about any team coming off a 4-3? Yeah, so yeah, not a big. It doesn't show a lot of numbers to Oakland or the total, right? So let's see the away team. If a team last game scored 4 runs. Right, if a team is coming off a 4-3 win, what's the record on the road team in the next game? And this is where once we get into like the month of June, July, then we can check like team coming off a 4-3 win in the second game of a series, right? For instance, we can do this later on. Just to give you a little preview here. So let's say any team coming off a 4-3, and let's say today's the third game of a series in baseball. And where's my third game of a series? I think it's on top. Where's my third game of a series? Yeah, don't have it in this one. Oh, here it is. Okay, third game of a series. So any team, okay, see, 5-4. How about the last 2 years? Let's try the last 2 years. And I don't like going past, like I'm a in-season, same season type of handicapper. So the last 2 years, teams in the third game of a series that lost 4-3 are 40-37 in the next game. You know what, to be honest with you guys, I didn't see anything that really was eye-popping for both, so I'm just going to put another X right there. Again, don't force it, right? All right, let's get to the next one. Let's do the, okay, what's the next game? The next game is the Blue Jay game. So the Blue Jays going to send Kevin Gossman to the hill against Jack Flaherty. Blue Jays coming off a 9-2 win, while the Tigers coming off an 8-3 loss. Last 6 games have gone over for the Tigers, and the Blue Jays 1-1-1. All right, so let's try this. Any home team coming off a game where they lost, let me see, 8-3. So they scored 3 runs last game, and they allowed 8 runs against. Survey says 3-1. Okay, not a lot of occurrences. What about any team in any situation? And then we'll do favorites or underdogs. Sorry, the 5-4-1, 4-6, and underdogs. How about underdogs coming off a 8-3 loss? And then I'll do something a little different here. 2-4, 3-0. Okay, nothing. How about this? How about home teams that scored only 3 runs last game but gave up 8 or more against? 8 or more against in their last contest. 9-8, 9-8. Yeah, really tough. How about if they scored 3 runs or less last game And that just tells you that, lack of offense, right? Scored 3 runs or less last game. Yeah, nothing really sticks out, right? All right, let's try the Blue Jays. And let's go away team, coming off a game where they scored 9 runs last game. Okay. And then they allowed 2 against. 2 against. Survey says the road team 0-3. Ooh, not good. How about the last 2 years? The last 2 years, teams that are coming off a 9-2 win, they're on the road, 9-9. That's and this is handicap. This is parity. When you're handicapping this way, you're looking. You notice during this exercise that some numbers at the beginning were favoring the side, like a side or a total, but then you get these numbers where it's like there's no edge, and that's where I find people force selections on those, and that's what the bookmakers want. They want you to make the pick. They'll take the other pick because they think you're going to be wrong like 70% of the time. All right, so how about away teams that scored 9 or more in their last game? And there's Gloria K.
Put that coffee down.
Coffees for closers. Takes a long
Coffees
time.
for closers only.
Yeah, and Gloria K is in the house. Good morning, Gloria. Pirates game might be an under with Skeens versus Black on the mound today, says Daryl. Yeah, I agree. That could be a good game. All right, so what did I say? 9 or more in their last game. So a team that scored 9 or more runs in their last game, and they allowed 2 runs against, and we'll do this season. I'm a same season type of capper when it comes to systems. 4-6, 5-5. See, we're not getting about when they're a favorite. The Blue Jays, let me see, the favorite today. Blue Jays are Detroit. See, yeah, Detroit's the favorite. So the Blue Jays are the underdog. They scored 9 or more underdogs, and they gave up 2. Okay, how about when Sky scored 9 or more but gave up 2 or less? How about when they give up 2 or less runs last game? Scored 2 or less runs against. Survey says 12-8, 12-7-1. Okay, so a couple of numbers that I see over there, mostly overs. Let me see here. 9 or more, 2 runs. Nothing earth-shattering, right? How about when any team's in a 9 or more run last game and 2 or less? 24. Okay, so a slight edge to the over. Yeah, so nothing really. Like, okay, I'll put a little check mark to the over. But 7.5, and we'll look at the Blue. Okay, we'll do this on the total 7.5. Right, so when any Major League Baseball team scored 9 or more runs in their last game and gave up 2 or less in the total 7.5, the record is 4-3, 4-3. How about the last 2 years? Let's see if we can find the needle in the haystack here, and we'll do. Yeah, wait a minute. The last 2 years. 37-28, 32-28. Okay, so it does. How about the underdog? Underdogs scored 9 or more, 2 or less against, 7.5, 9-13. Yeah, see, nothing really to write home about here. Hey, just keep moving along. If it's not, hey, and that's the thing, right? If it's not there, don't force it. Live another day. All right, the next game, the last game on the board, Orioles against the White Sox. Let's do today. You got Grayson Rodriguez going up against Mike Clevenger, and you got a Baltimore on a 3-game losing streak right now. The last game was a 5-4 loss. All right, so let's see road teams. Okay, who scored only 4 runs last game, but gave up 5. Survey says 16. Wow. There's the that's what I've been waiting for right there. So here we go. Anytime you got a road team that scored 4 runs in the last game but gave up 5, you see that record? This is what I'm talking about. This is situational handicapping. 16-5. So that's what I like about this, is that it's not just Baltimore. It's every other Major League Baseball team coming off a 5-4 loss. They're 16-5 in the next game. The thing I really like about Baltimore is they're an A-type team, a team with a 60 or higher win percentage. And look at the over-under, 6, 12, and 3. So there's your 2 edges, and that's something that's a pick coming to you. Remember I said earlier, Don't go like when you're looking for picks, you can spend hours. Let the pick come to you. That pick came to us. Now let's go look at the rain report after to see if we can validate that pick or that system to go with the pick, right? All right, let's take a look at the White Sox. Yeah, the bad news is they're minus 229. That's the bad news. But before we go off that, let me do favorites, and it should be a really good record here. Oh no, see, haha. All right, so my first instinct, like if it was 16-5, it must be a great record. But look, so let me do that again. I'll show you guys. Away teams coming off a 5-4 loss, 16-5. But look at this. Favorites, away favorites, coming off a 5-4 loss, 3-2, 1-3-1. But if they're a favorite, only a favorite, what's the record? What did I see? 7-6. So as much as I got excited on the side, the total I think is where we want to lean here. I think the total, because favorites don't do well in that spot. Good morning, Berto. Parlay them with the Yankees. What the no? Did you see that, Berto? Did you see this? 7-6. They don't do well as a favorite. So I think the under, maybe you parlay with the under. I think the under is where you want to go there, Bertle. All right, let's take a look at the home team. And they're coming off a 9-2 loss. So home teams that scored 2 runs last game. And they scored 9 against. All right. Home teams that scored 9 against last game. Survey says 2-2, 1-3. There's the under, right? So it does match the under for the Baltimore. And this is why you got to go deep inside the numbers, and you got to keep plowing away here to make sure that you can find some type of edge. At the end of the day, you know what we're doing? We're edge finding. Okay? We're trying to find an edge. We're trying to find an advantage. So that way, when we make that selection and we research it, we got confidence into like you say, man, you know what? That's a good pick because we did the handicapping, we researched it. Every other team that's in that exact situation, offensively, defensively, that these teams are in today, we knew that this was going to make it happen, right? Clevenger will make it over today. Don't trust Clevenger, eh? I know. But, hey, you know what? I used to think like that too, but always remember, these are professionals. And pros are going to have their good days and bad days. We just need Clevenger to have a good day today, right? And it's like the stock market. What goes up must come down. All right, staying on this home team with the White Sox, what if they scored 9 or more against last game and they scored 2 runs? Let's see if the under is still, 2-8 to the under. So you see how that under keeps coming to score with us? How about if they scored 2 or less last game? 2 runs or less last game. Survey says 11-15. All right, so what about home underdogs? Home underdogs that scored 2 runs or less last game but gave up 9 or more. What's the record? 3-10. Okay, so you know what? Thank God we went through all that, because at first my first instinct was like, okay, you know what? Baltimore looks like a friggin' good play, but 229, they might have to marry it with the parlay. But the under is where you want to go, guys. All right, so under looks good there. So here's what we got. So out of all the initial research, we'll call that the initial research, right? The initial games we handicap. Now what we do is we go look at the SPI, go look at the macro environment of the stock market in the sports betting, right? This is my Dow Jones Industrial. So when I look at the and the reason why I do this, I'll give you an example. If you look at down here, see all the green right here? These are all the days the favorites won. If you knew all the favorites won from April 30th right up until May 8th, you know a reversal is going to have to happen, right? And it did happen. Look at this. The next day, then 2 days, then the reversal. Like, what goes up must come down. You got to always remember that. Now, we're in a neutral market, and when it comes to the over-under, now this is the part that a little scares me a bit, because in our initial findings, I got 3 unders. I got Seattle, so one side, and 4 totals. But the market is telling me we're in an over market right now. 62.7% of the games have gone over in the last 7 days in Major League Baseball. So run line 57.7. So let's go to our first pick. Let's go take a look at the first game we're going to handicap. And what I love about this type of handicapping, guys, is that when you handicap like that and you got 15 games. So it's like an NFL Sunday, right? When you look at 15 games on an NFL week, it's paralysis by analysis. You look at that and you're like, okay, where do I start? Like, you need a process of elimination. And that's what we did right there. That, maybe that's a better word to use, is that we just did a process of elimination, of eliminating picks that really, from a system point of view, if you're a system handicapper. Now, again, this is not for everybody. This is how I do it. This is my system, the way I do it, because if I feel that I have a little bit of history, and, you know, they always say history is one of your best teachers, right, in sports. You know, if you go back, and that's why our database, it goes back to 1996. So we go back to 1996. That's how much history we have to go research from, because history is a great teacher. And the history will tell us, you know what, in this situation today, Ron, these are your 4 best picks out of 8 games. So out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games, we found 1, 2, 3, 4 situations, 5 with a question mark on the over in the San Diego game. This way, now we just eliminated 3 games that we know from a handicapping situation, it's not worth to really look at that game. So let's go to game number 1. Let's take a look at Seattle against the New York Yankees. Now, the Mariners are going to send Luis Castillo. Now, one of their best pitchers going up against Lewis Hill. Hill's been awesome, man. 5-1, 2.39 ERA. This, and I think his last game, he had, what, 14 strikeouts or something like that? Yeah, 14 Ks. So he went, think about this. Lewis Hill went 6 innings, 14 strikeout. Now, mind you, it was against the Chicago White Sox, but still, professional team. Lewis Hill has won his last 4 games. Now, let's take a look at Luis Castillo. I'm happy that Castillo's going. If you want to go against a hot pitcher like Hill today, you want your best pitcher to go. And you know, Luis Castillo, they acquired him from the Reds a couple of years ago. In his last start at Baltimore, Castillo's going to give you innings. He's got 6 in his last 3 starts. He's averaged 6.1 innings, almost 100 pitches. You know, 98, 189, 4 Ks. 2 Ks, 8 Ks, 7 Ks, last 3 respectively against Baltimore, Oakland, Minnesota. So going into this game, I like the fact that we're going up against a hot pitcher in Lewis Hill, but we're getting a veteran Castillo, so I like that. Seattle's 6-4. Seattle, man, they're giving the Yankees a tough time right here. This is what, game 4 of the series, and they won the game 1, 5-4, 6-3. They lost 7-3. So the Yankees are going to want to win this one to tie up the series, but it's not going to be easy. The Seattle Mariners, anytime they face an A-type team, they're only 5-8, 10-1-2 to the over. Yankees are 6-3 against B-type teams, 8-2 the last 10. Yeah, we're running into a buzzsaw. With the Yankees. But you know, at the end of the day, Seattle's the underdog. We're not asking Seattle to win the game if you like the run line. We're just asking them not to lose by 2, right? So let's take a look at the other situational handicapping trends down here. Anytime the total's 8. And the Seattle Mariners are on the road, they're 3-1, which is pretty good if you like the dog. And what else? Do we have any other good stat? In game 4 of a series this year, they're 0-1 on the road. How are they on the when Seattle? Let's do this. When Seattle's home or away, 4th game of a series, how do they do in that 4th game of a series? And then we'll check, see how they do if it's the 4th. They split. Let me see here. 4th game of a series, current season. All right, so Seattle, 4th game of a series, 0-2. Okay, and what's the score of those games, though? Oh, boy. 11-1. They lost 11-1 and 5-1. And this is why you're handicapping, right? At first, our first reaction was like, yeah, Seattle's going to look like a good play. I don't think Seattle's a play, guys. As much as I wanted, like, just the initial numbers and the initial situational handicapping spots are telling me it's not the play. Like the Yankees, though, they're not that great in the 4th game of a series either. Look at the Yankees. Let me go back here. New York Yankees, 4th game of a series this season, 1-2, 0-2-1. So really not that great, right? But again, we're going into a really good team right here. Yankees 7-5, 5-2, 6-3 during day games. This is getaway day, right? Yankees 12-7, and I wanted to take a look at Seattle. What's Seattle's record coming off a loss in game 3 of a series? That'll give us an indication how they do in the 4th game, but you know, not a lot of occurrences, right? If they lost game 4 of a series, I thought I had that up here. If they lost in game 3 of a series, right? So if they won the first 2 games of a series, no, okay, that doesn't work. Rerun the row. I thought I had that there. Oh, okay, coming off. Here we go. So when the Seattle Mariners are a road team or any team coming off a loss in Game 3 of a series, 3-4. What's the score? 4-5. That was against the Yankees. 11-1. That's not good. 5-3. Okay, they didn't get the run line. I'm just seeing if we can cover the run line here. 9-3. 5-2. No, 6-5. Okay, it's interesting, right? How about any team? Any Major League Baseball team that's a road underdog, and they're coming off a loss in Game 3 of a series, 36-40. All right, what's the line? -1. See, the Seattle Mariners are getting 127. So let's try this. Any road team that is between 120 to 140, all right? And they're coming off a Game 3 loss of a series, 6-3. So, all right. You know what? This is a bet at your own risk type thing. I don't think this is a solid play on the Mariners. It's just the numbers. They're not tickling me right now. They're just not telling me. Seattle's 12-3. The Yankees 17-8. Yeah, you know what, guys? Here's the one lesson you can learn in sports betting: never force a pick. When you have to, it's like building a case, right, for your client. It's like, it's just. Man, there's nothing really to base it off. So I don't have anything on that game, guys. As much as I would love to, if you like Seattle, I would take the run line, but I think the Yankees is the play here today. So at the end of the day, the situational handicapping numbers told us that there's really, the edge was to Seattle. But when I look at the Raymond report, the play is on the Yankees. Look at that. -160 was my line. I got a 60% chance of winning. Yeah, the numbers just don't add up for and you know what? Yankees don't want to lose the series, right? So I think you just get off that game. Let's go to the next one. All right. Probably not helping you guys there, but I probably am in the long run if the Yankees win. All right, San Francisco against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Now, we've got a great pitching matchup here with Paul Skeens going up against Mason Black. Not really a great pitching match. Great if you like the Bucks, right? Paul Skeens 1-0, 2.70 ERA. Looked really good in his last start. You know what? This guy is going to get more comfortable. Think about this. This is Skeens' second start. His first start, he went 4 innings, 84 pitches. His second start against the Cubbies, he in Chicago, 6 innings, 100 pitches. He had 11 Ks for a rookie. This is gonna be interesting today. Now, I think the under is what we're looking at right now. Eric Miller, not Black, says okay. I'm just looking at my Eric Miller. Sorry, Eric Miller. The site I'm looking at, the numbers shows Mason Black. So it probably is Eric Miller. So just double check your resources. But going into this, this is important because I like the under in this game, but I got to know who's pitching for the Giants. Let me take a look just in case the Giants go. So if the Giants go today, wrong chart. I just want to see the numbers on both these pitchers. San Francisco. All right, let's say Eric Miller goes. Now, Eric Miller's a bullpen guy, a lefty, so he's going to probably just go. This is probably bullpen by committee type day for the Giants, so which is good for the under because it's going to keep the Pirates batters off keel a bit, off their rhythm. Because when you get new pitchers coming in, it's like, okay, that guy's a cutter pitcher, that guy's a slider, this guy's going to be different. Now, when you got the starter, there's 3 or 4 main pitches in the arsenal, right? But when you get these bullpen guys coming in, well, different pitches, right? They're a part of their arsenal. So far this year, Eric Miller, he gives you 1 inning. So he's here. Hey, there should be an over/under on how many innings Eric Miller is going to go. He's probably just he's only went 1 inning all starts this year. So this is to me, guys, it's Pittsburgh or the under. And let me take a look at the come on, let me just bear with me a second, guys. Just got to get my lineups up here. All right, so 5-5, the Pittsburgh Pirates. Last night was a 9-5 loss for the Bucks, so they're going to want to win today for sure. 7-3 to the over last 10. Same thing. San Francisco's coming in hot. They're bullish 1 day, neutral 7 days. San Francisco 6-3 against C-type teams. Pittsburgh 23-27, 10-13 at home. 11-11-1 to the over-under. Last 2 games I've gone over, so the Kogo works with us today, guys. The Kogo's at 41%. Kogo stands for chance of game going over the total. It's at 41%, meaning a 59% chance of going under. I like the under in this game here today. Let me see when the total's 8.5. What do you guys got for a total? I'm seeing 8 at some places, 8.5. And let me just go look here. So I'm seeing 8 now. So hey, the numbers have been changing. So when Pittsburgh plays a game, home or away. All right, when the Pittsburgh Pirate plays a game, home or away, totals 8.5. This season, what's the record? 11-8, 11-8 to the over. How about when it's 8? How about when the total's 8? 4-6 to the under, 3-7. Wow, look at that. Pittsburgh, they're 3-7 when the total's 8. So, interesting number right there. Let's go down here and take a look at some of the other numbers. Look at all the edges to the over here for the San Francisco Giants. Any road teams coming off a 4-run win this season? 11-20-2 to the under. I like that. And I thought I do have a system here. Okay, so yeah, home teams coming off a 4-run loss, 12-23-2. I do like the under here, guys. Let me go see if there's a system play. I forgot to give you guys the stats and trends on the Yankee. Let me go to that Yankee game for 1 second to show you the team trends. See if there's anything that backs up. The Mariners 21-9 on a Thursday, so basically getaway day the last 3 years. The over 14-4 for the Yankees, coming off 4 overs the last 10 years. So something to chew on there. Let's take a look at the game between Pittsburgh. How are we doing on time here? 55 minutes there. See, this show is a little bit better today, not 3 hours. Go down here. Okay, I got a system, but it's on the Bucks. Anytime you got a home favorite like Pittsburgh last 4 years during a day game on a Thursday, coming off a loss in game 2 of a series, 12-3 straight up, 8-7 to a little bit to the over. And when San Francisco's a road team on Thursday, 3rd game of a series, coming off a win, and it was a win as a road dog, 2-8-1 to the under. All right, I'm going under the total here, 1 unit. 1 unit under with the Bucks. All right, so under 1 unit, Pittsburgh Pirates. Try to shop around, see if you can get 8.5. If not, buy it. If you can buy the hook, buy the hook. All right, let's go to the next game. Texas against Philadelphia. One of the things I like about these blowout type games like Texas and Philadelphia had yesterday is that, you know, the public will look at always the last game syndrome, right? And that's in that's in every sport. The general public will always look at what have you done for me lately type game, right? They'll look at the last game. Oh, Philadelphia killed them 11-4. They're going to kill them again today, right? But the situation's different. You know, it could have been a number 4 against the number 5 in the rotation. The next day, you know, you got Zach Wheeler going against Andrew Heaney, right? And that's why the bookmaker the bookmaker knows that, the public doesn't know that if they're not watching every day. And this is why I say you got to watch games. Zach Wheeler's 5-3, 2.52 ERA. Andrew Heaney, though, the lefty, 0-5, 4.43 ERA. And let me take a look at. So we did like the under initially, right? When we did our research, our process of elimination. Okay, our process of our POE. Okay, we did our POE. Hey, we got to use everything in code. Bullpen, good, BetMGM and DraftKings and FanDuel, says Eric Miller. All right, morning, Ron. Love the show. Always happy when you get to tune in. Hey, Ron B, thanks for tuning in. And again, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Raymond Report, Monday to Friday. I don't have a set time because whenever I get up is I got to do my research, and I don't like to be. I try to be between 9 and 10. So if you're ever around and you're saying, "Well, where's Ron?" It's like 9 o'clock, 9:15. He's coming. Just hang in there, get another coffee. He'll be coming. He'll be coming. All right. So we're looking at the under, right? Our POE, hey, our process of elimination. Do you like that? Hey, I like that. I need a Kirk Cousins. You like that?
Playoffs?
Okay, playoffs. All right, minus 216. We're looking at the total here, right? Kogo's 50%, which is good. Philadelphia 17-2 against the Beatables at Citizen Bank Park. Hey, is it called Citizen Bank Park? I think it is. Let me see here. 18-11 to the over at home for the Phillies. 13-10. I'm looking for unders, eh? Hunting rabbit. Unders. I'm looking for unders right here. So, home favorite, the Phillies giving up 3.46. Zach Wheeler's going today. I like that. Road underdog for the Texas Rangers. Man, they're giving up a lot of hits. Look at that. 5.88. Why can't we be playing like Chicago or something like that, right? Why the Phillies? Last 3 games giving up 6.67. So here's the good news, right? The good news is normally a team that gives up 6.67 runs per game, it's like the stock market. What goes up must come down. And if you're a law of average player, you got a feeling that, okay, something's got to give here. You can't continue giving up a touchdown runs per game, right, in baseball. So let's take a look at the situational trends. Road teams coming off a 3-game losing streak, 15, 28, and 2 to the under. I like that. You like that? I got to get that soundbite, eh? Kirky. All right, got to get sound like a hockey guy there, eh? Kirky. You ever notice hockey guys? They always add a Y to their name. Ronnie, Scotty, eh? Birdie, Gloria, eh? We're looking at the names in the bullpen, adding a Y to you. You guys are hockey guys. All right, let me see here. Scored. Yeah, we're looking at the under. Not a lot of unders this year, but last 30 days at Citizens Ballpark. How about here? The Phillies 11-2 as a home team in the month of May. Yep. So, you know what? Beer and pizza money. Hello, Ron. What's on the slate today? It says Reginald Codes. There's Reggie Vision. Right now, we got Pittsburgh under, and we got Philly under. Philly under, though, is beer pizza money. Beer pizza money on the 8. We're hoping Zach Wheeler pitches a no-no today, right? All right, so those are the 2 picks so far. The next game, we got San Diego, Cincinnati. We're leaning towards the over in this game. Let's go see if we can find enough indicators to give us enough confidence to pull the trigger on the over. And the starting pitchers today in Cincinnati. Frankie Montas going up against Matt Waldron of the San Diego Padres. 2-5 Waldron, 5.0 ERA. And Frankie Montas, 2-3, 4.37 ERA. Montas, you just never know what you're going to get with the guy, right? Frankie, which Frankie we getting today? See, Frankie would be a hockey guy. Frankie. Okay. Let me see here. 5 innings. Yeah, man, a lot. Frankie hasn't pitched a lot of innings. He only got 1 game where he's pitched 100 more pitches or more, and that was game 2 against Phillies. Wow. Yeah, very high ERA. But we're looking at the over here today. We're looking at the over in the game between San Diego and Matt Waldron, the righty. Oh, you know what? Before I go to the this game, I want to see how does Philadelphia. Let me go back to that Philly game. I just thought of it. How do they do at home against lefties? Hey, minor details. That's what we do about this show. We're all about the minor details. Hey, we dot the I's, cross the T's. Phillies against the Southpaws. 6-3, 3-6 to the under. Okay, whew, feel good. I can sleep now. Hey, pay attention to the details. Hey, how many times you heard that in your lifetime? Pay attention to the details. Take care of the small things. The big things will take care of themselves. Hey, I sound like a coach right now, eh? At halftime, giving the speech at halftime. We're down 7-0. All right, here we go. Frankie, how about the system trend? The over 8-4 for the Reds coming off a push, and the over 9-4 for the Padres coming off a push too. All right, so you know what? I like the over here today, guys. Over in the game between San Diego and Cincinnati. WKRP in Cincinnati. Hey, was it Les Nessman, the Buckeye Newscast Award? Hey, WKRP in Cincinnati. What a show, eh? The Red Wigglers of Worms. Remember that? Herb Tarlick selling the Red Wigglers of Worms? Showing my age here, eh? 55. All the younger guys. What the hell are you talking about? Red Wigglers of Worm. Yeah, WKRP in Cincinnati. All right. Let me go to the next game. Les Nessman with his fake walls with his tape. Remember that? Let me see. Next game. Yeah, so we like the over in the Cincinnati game in Padres. So San Diego, Cincinnati, over the total of 9.5. Ooh, 9.5. Okay, we'll see. But we'll still do that. And the last game we're capping was the game we thought we'd go Baltimore here, but everything pointed to the under. Remember that? So let's go Baltimore, Chicago White Sox. Let's see if the under is the play here. And this is, guys, at the top of the show, remember I said, let me take a swig of water here. Remember I said when you're handicapping 15 games a day, and you're doing every game, you're not going to find the caramel secret in every game, right? You got to have a process of eliminate. You can't bet 15 games. At the end of the day, you got to say, okay, there's 15 games. Which games do I throw out? Which games do I keep? Where do I go find value? And the way we did it today through the POE, the new word we're using here, the process of elimination, is the 5 games we've chosen to go find value was the Seattle, San Fran, Texas, San Diego, and Baltimore. But when we did our initial research on Baltimore, we said, you know what, the Baltimore Orioles have the numbers really supporting the side. But then once we did the favorites, we said, maybe not. Grayson Rodriguez, 4-1, 3.15 ERA, which is pretty good. And if you look at Rodriguez' last couple of starts, yeah, he's given us 80 or plus innings, and but he's only got 2 wins, 1-2 with no decision. I like this pick right here. Now, the White Sox, Mike Clevenger, 0-2, 5.56 ERA. Hey, he's got even a great hockey haircut, a hockey mullet, eh? What a great, put a helmet on Mike. You'd be a great player for the Rangers last night. But Mike doesn't give us a lot of innings these days. But, yeah, let's just hope Mike doesn't get tagged early, eh? Let's hope he doesn't get tagged early in his appearance today. 3-7, the Chicago White Sox last 10, 4-6 to the under. Kogo's at 43%, which we like for the under. And how does Baltimore do in? Okay, you know what? I'll get back to this. I got one thing I want to do before I give you guys the across the T's. Chicago White Sox at home against teams with a 60 or higher win percentage, 5-10-1. You like that? I got to get that soundbite. 9-14-1, the White Sox at home to the under. I like that. And the last couple of games, yeah, giving up way too many runs. Chicago White Sox as a last 3 games, giving up 6 runs per game. Not good. As a home underdog, giving up 4.9. I wish they were a favorite. They only give up 2.25 as a favorite. But Baltimore, yeah, if Baltimore bats are clicking, watch out, it could get ugly. There's the system on the under. Road teams on a 3-game losing streak, 15, 28-2. You know what? When you look at that system, you're saying, okay, why is the under 15, 28-2 when the road teams are on a 3-game losing streak? Though the 3-game losing streak says they're not batting. So maybe the under is the play here today, right? All right, so under. Let me see if we have a system trend that supports it. The Orioles are 13-6 on Thursdays the last 2 years, and the Chicago White Sox, look at this. If they're a home team on a Thursday after a conference game, coming off a loss, and they're coming off a home loss against an American League East division opponent like last night against the Blue Jays, 3-14 to the under. So Baltimore under is the other play we're looking at, and the under is 8.5. All right, here's the other thing I want to look at is I want to go to my regular database. All right, let's go to my regular database. Let's take a look at the game number 1. Let's do Seattle Mariners. And then, guys, yeah, you know what? It is a long show, but if you want winners, you got to put in. Here's, you know what? Are you guys like me? Well, not like me, but when you do all your research and everything pans out and you win, you feel good because the research worked and you said that wasn't time wasted. And then when you do it and it didn't work out, you're like, crap, did I just waste all that time doing all that research? But if a team loses, like say if your pick was like the side and it loses by 1, at least it's not that bad. You feel like you're on the same track. But when you get blown out, yeah, I get that. You're just like, man, is that research really worth it? And this research is worth it to me. You'll see if you follow this type of research, and obviously it's like investing. It is investing. It's not like it is because you're investing your money into a pick. It's just like buying a stock, right? You don't buy a stock blindly. You got to do your research. You got to see if the time commitment is behind your hard-earned money that you're investing today, right? And you just want to feel good knowing that when you're laying a pick that you did the research behind it, and that's why we took the damn field. Hey, Herm Edwards, you play to win the game. You don't play to just play.
Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it. That's the great thing about sports.
Play to win.
You play to win. And I don't care if you don't have any wins. You go play to win. When you start telling me it doesn't matter, then retire. Get out.
Get out. Get out. Yeah, exactly. Get out. And we're playing to win today. 7-1 to the under. So I'm looking at the Seattle's last 15 games in the Bronx. 7-1 to the under. It doesn't really, and that's why we threw that game out. All right, we threw that game out. Let's take a look at the next one. Let's take a look at San Francisco. road team in Pittsburgh. In the bug. Hey, in the bug. Last 15. 6-9 to the under. Okay, I like that. You like that? Texas against Philadelphia. Texas against Philadelphia. Last 15. Survey says 4-7. Hey, wait, 4-7. Hang on here. Texas. Oh yeah, they're American League team. That's why. All right. And then you got San Diego. Yeah, interconference play, right? Against Cincinnati. WKRP 7-7-1. All right. I can live with that. And then the last one, Baltimore. The Baltimore Orioles in Chi Sox. 5-10 to the under. All right. You like that? All right, guys, there you have it. That's your let me see, the show today. 110. I can live with that. 150 was a little long. 150 is a little long, but I can live with that. But before you go, you know what we got to do.
We talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice. Practice, man. I mean, how silly is that?
No, it's not silly at all, Alan, because we're looking for the answer too. Hey, speaking of the answer, no pun intended. Anytime Kevin Gossman's on the road, home or away, total 7.5 and 8. The last 10 starts, 8-2 to the over. When Detroit's an underdog versus Toronto, 4-16 to the under, so be careful of that. Zach Wheeler, I like this. You like that? Anytime it's a home or away team, total 7.5 to 8, 2-8 to the under. And let me see any stats here. Oh, look at this. Hey, I think this is a walk-off. Yeah, this is my walk-off. Hey, goodbye after this walk-off here. Anytime the Pittsburgh Pirates are a home team versus non-division opponent after a conference game, coming off a home loss as a favorite, and they allowed 9 runs against last game, 1-11-1 to the under. Boom. Yeah, you like that. I do like that. All right, folks. Hey, there's the commercial again. Hey, it's funny. The YouTube, it just goes right to commercial. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed the show today. If you do enjoy this show, please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel. And again, Monday to Friday, we're here on the baseball show and everything baseball. Everything is baseball. And the reason why I don't do hockey and basketball right now, it's playoffs. Okay? It's, as Jim Moore would say.
Playoffs?
Yeah. And playoffs, to me, betting playoff is not... It's apples and oranges, right? You don't have, you're facing the same opponent. The number is very tight. It's just really, really tough to do. To be honest, Scott, I haven't even looked at the Edmonton-Dallas game yet. I haven't even handicapped that game yet, but I will. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy the baseball today. I think we got some really good pitching matchups. And I'll be putting in my premium picks today at atsstats.com. If you want my free pick, go to atsstats.com. Click on this button right here, free pick, and I will give you guys my free pick of the day. It's going to be right here for May 23rd. But in the meantime, shop for value, play those percentages. I'll see you back tomorrow on another edition of the Ram Report. Harry Carey, let's go.
Hello again, everybody. Harry Carey from Wrigley Field on a beautiful day for baseball.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man.
Joe own the Chiefs.
Owns.
I don't know.
Struggling.
Can we have fun? You're damn right. I demand that we have fun.
Put that coffee down. Coffee's for closers only.
Straight cash, homie.
Holy cow!
It's a dog-eat-dog world, Sammy, and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear.
What the hell's going on out here?
Woo!
If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
That's the bottom line, 'cause Stone Cold said so. Let's go to eat a goddamn snack.